as we know, the climate protesters have returned to capital cities across the country on day 3 of rallies. And in Queensland, Premier Palaszczuk says she's finally putting her foot down as she moves to fast-track laws to send activists to jail. But who can believe her? Business groups have also voiced their concerns about the government's proposed religious freedom legislation, claiming it will become a burden on organisations and cause conflict and disharmony in workplaces. Joining me now from Sydney is Sky News digital editor Jack Horton, and from Brisbane, national political editor at the Courier-Mail, Renee Viellaris. I've got to start with your great Premier up there. Is this a case of the girl who cried wolf?
Well, I don't mean to be cynical, but let's see what the laws actually say. The devil will be in the detail. She's actually targeting people who bring in lock-on devices, but that is not the big issue in the state of Queensland. The big issue is that hordes of people keep stopping ordinary people from going to work. So you might have a couple who are locking themselves on and creating issues with police, which are security issues and also, safety issues. But it's the people who keep blocking the streets day in and day out that are causing the productivity issues and bringing Brisbane to a stand almost weekly now. I mean, I think this is just a bit of window dressing to try and take some pressure off. But look, I'm cynical about it. I don't think it's anything but Annastacia trying to do a bit of tap dancing.
Yeah, I want to play actually a quote from the Premier now. I think it's an audio grab, but let's have a listen, because she makes that point that you've picked up there, Renee. And look, I had missed this nuance, but it's important. Let's have a listen.
This is specifically aimed at the use of dangerous devices that are dangerous not only to the people that are using them, but to our emergency services personnel that actually have to free them and can injure themselves doing so. I want to see the free movement of our AMBOs being able to get to and from where they need to be. I need our fireys out fighting fires, and I need our police out doing their job as well.
Yeah, Renee, you're absolutely right. Jack, the issue here is not the protesting and the recalcitrant and vexatious protesters, which I think is what's making people angry, and the fact that they can glue themselves to streets, not protest in a peaceable way. She's really only targeting those who use devices. Now, all they'll have to do to get around the laws is just not use the bike locks.
Yeah, definitely. And look, I think that's going to be benefit to everybody that they don't have these specific bike locks or other various dangerous weaponry which they're bringing into these. But the broader issue here is the economic disruption to small businesses, people who cannot get in here, the economic loss for people who they bear no blame for climate change, these small businesses. And Annastacia Palaszczuk, what she's focusing legislation is very, very small aspect of the protests. I think that she wants people to think that she's against these activists because there's an upcoming election. I am very cynical about this. I think if she really wants to demonstrate whose side she is on, she needs to get these projects up. She needs to be talking more about Adani and some of these big-ticket job creators, because she knows Labor was absolutely punished at the last federal election, and I think she sees her government being turfed for, I think, a lot of reasons. And I don't think these fast-tracking laws, I don't think anyone's going to be fooled by it. I'm not fooled by it because there's a lot of people right now that are going to be doing it tough from the business perspective, and she isn't really doing anything to stop that happening.
Yeah, look, if she was prepared to stand up to the Green left, she would have done something about Jackie Trad, let alone these protesters. I mean, that's the real power inside her government, and she's nothing much more than the titular head.